Today what we are going to start is the glands. Okay, so male accessory glands is the basic topic which we are going to cover today. So male accessory glands. So yesterday we have seen that male accessory glands, it includes or it involves basic three glands. The first gland is prostate gland. The second gland is the seminal vesicles, or you can count seminal vesicle as first according to the position. Okay, and the third one is your bulbourethral gland. Right, prostate gland is 1 in number, seminal vesicles are in pair, pair means 2 in number, bulbourethral glands are also in pair. Okay, so first gland, or let's start with the seminal vesicles first. Let's talk about seminal vesicles. So seminal vesicle, it occurs in pair. Seminal vesicle, it occurs in pair. Now, where are they located? If we go on the diagram, according to the diagram, if we see, draw the basic diagram, this is testis. Now, testis, from testis, epididymis arises. Epididymis, it joins with the vas deferens, right? It joins with the vas deferens, which loops over the urinary bladder, And next thing what happens is, here, somewhere here, there are seminal vesicles. There are seminal vesicle, a pair of seminal vesicle from which the duct emerges, and this vas deferens, it joins these seminal vesicles to form ejaculatory duct, right? So where it is present? It is present at the base of urinary bladder. So the site is that seminal vesicles, they are present at the base of urinary bladder, right? Now, what happens? It joins with the vas deferens, right? This point we have done, that it joins with vas deferens or vasa differentia to form ejaculatory duct. It joins the vasa differentia to form ejaculatory duct. Now, next thing is that the secretions. See, it is gland. Obviously, it will secrete certain secretions. So, the secretions of the seminal vesicles, it constitute about 60% of the semen. Okay, now the thing is, what is the difference between sperm and semen? Okay, see, sperm are the cells, these are the gametes which are released by the testis, and semen is the complete solution which is ejaculated out. So semen is combination of both sperm and the fluid which is present along with the sperm, and that fluid is called as seminal plasma. Okay, so complete seminal fluid, for example, if we take blood is also combination of cells and the plasma, right? Same way, semen also, it's a combination of both cells and the seminal plasma. Cells here are sperm and the plasma is secreted by the glands. So about 60% of the semen is released from seminal vesicle, or you can say plasma is seminal vesicles, released from seminal vesicle, or the secretions of the seminal vesicle. So 60% of the semen volume is secreted from seminal vesicles. Next is pH. The pH of seminal vesicle is, or the secretions are 7.4. Now what does this mean? It is slightly basic. It is slightly basic. Next thing, what it contains. The secretions along with the other liquid or fluid, it contains certain material like fructose. Then it contains certain hormones. What are the hormones? Like prostaglandins. It secretes fructose, hormones like prostaglandins, and also clotting factors. and clotting factors. Now the major question comes here. Okay, fructose. Why fructose? Fructose is the source of energy. Okay, it's a carbohydrate, it's a monosaccharide, it's a source of energy for the sperm movement. Okay, so fructose is used as nutritional value. It provides the nutrition. So now you have to remember here the main point that fructose is present or it constitutes only in the semen. Okay, it is a major compound which is present in the semen, or you can say in the body fluid of males, right? Now, no other body fluid, it has so high concentration as semen possess of fructose. So fructose is often used as a compound for detection whether the rape has happened or not. Okay, for criminal procedures, fructose is often used, okay, to determine whether the crime has been happened or not. Next is hormones. If we talk about hormone like prostaglandins. Now, prostaglandins, what is the function of prostaglandins is, it helps in contraction. Now, contraction of what? Contraction of female uterine wall. Contraction of female uterine wall. Now, what is the use of contraction of female uterine wall? See, when semen is ejaculated in the female reproductive tract, the female reproductive tract should undergo contractions, rapid contractions, so that the sperms reaches to the fallopian tube. Okay, so the rapid contraction has to occur in the female uterine wall, which is stimulated by the compound of semen, that is prostaglandins. So prostaglandin, it stimulates the uterine contraction so that it reaches towards the oviduct, or you can say fallopian tube, to increase the chances of fertilization. Next is clotting factors. Now comes the question of clotting factors. Why clotting factors? What is the function of clotting factors is? It coagulates, it clots. Clotting factors are also present in blood. So what they do is they help in clotting of blood. Now clotting of blood is required when blood is coming out of your body, means if there is certain injury or bruise happening. So if there is any cut, to stop the bleeding, clotting is required. So why clotting is required in semen? In semen, clotting is required to coagulate the complete semen. When the semen is ejaculated, it should not be in the fluid way. Okay, it should not be in the fluid movement. Why? Suppose if this is the semen, let's say this is the semen, and in this sperms are present. Okay, sperms are present. Now sperms, when they are in fluid, they will move and they'll utilize the fructose, they'll use their mitochondria, and they will start their movement here only. Okay, if it is fluid in nature, it is less viscous, you can say. If the viscosity is less. Now, when it is ejaculated, it should not show high rate of movement on ejaculation. It should show high rate of movement when it enters into the female reproductive tract. Otherwise, it will consume all the energy before reaching the female reproductive tract, and the nutritional source or the energy source will be consumed there only. So it is coagulated first. It is released in coagulated form, and the coagulation is with the help of clotting factors. Okay, so clotting factors help in coagulation so that they do not consume their complete energy in the initial stages only. Okay, next thing is why pH. Why pH is slightly basic. What is the reason behind pH being slightly basic is, see, the alkaline nature of the seminal vesicle, it helps to neutralize the environment of male urethra. Why male urethra environment needs to be neutralized? Why? Because male urethra is the site for both, it is the site for both urine release as well as the semen release. So urethra, it is common passage. दोनों ही चीज, यूरिन भी और सीमेन भी, दोनों इसी पैसेज से निकलते हैं. So when urine passes out through this passage, urine is acidic in nature. Okay, so urine is acidic in nature, and the acidity of the environment, it kills the sperms. So to neutralize the environment of the male urethra, the pH of the seminal vesicle needs to be alkaline. The second reason is the female reproductive tract is also acidic in nature. So to neutralize their environment also, the female reproductive tract environment also, the pH of the seminal vesicle should be slightly alkaline. Okay. So here we finish seminal vesicles. So seminal vesicles, they are the pair of glands which are present at the base of urinary bladder. They joins the vasa differentia to form ejaculatory duct. It contains or it forms a 60% of the semen's volume. The pH is 7.4. It is slightly basic. It contains fructose for energy, hormones like prostaglandins for stimulation of contraction of female uterine wall, and clotting factors to coagulate the semen. Okay, the next gland we'll talk about is the prostate gland. Now the prostate gland is single. It is large gland and it surrounds the urethra. Okay, so the part of the urethra which is surrounded by the prostate gland, we did it, it is called as prostatic urethra, and it is single large gland. The second thing is the secretions of prostatic urethra, they are milky in nature. Okay, they are milky in nature and the pH is about 6.5. Okay, and it forms 25% of the semen volume. So seminal vesicle constituted about 60%, prostate gland constitutes about 25% of the semen's volume. It is milky and the pH is 6.5. Now why the pH is 6.5 here? It is slightly acidic because of the presence of an acid. Which acid? It has citric acid. It contains citric acid. Citric acid is a nutrient to the sperm for its movement. So it is sperm nutrient. Next thing is it contains certain enzymes also and prostaglandins. It contains enzymes and prostaglandins. Okay. Now, due to presence of citric acid, it is slightly acidic in nature. It contains the secretions from seminal vesicles. Along with that, they will join the ejaculatory duct. Seminal vesicle along with sperm join ejaculatory duct. फिर आगे किस में मिलेंगे? Prostatic urethra में आके मिलेंगे जहाँ इनकी secretions फिर से mix up हो जाएगी. Okay. Next thing is, what are these enzymes which are present here? See, enzymes क्यों हैं? अब तक हम क्या बोल रहे हैं कि ये जो sperms हैं, ये seminal vesicle के fluids के साथ मिक्स होते हैं जिसके अंदर क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स है और क्या करते हैं? क्लॉट करते हैं सीमेन को. अब जब वो फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ट्रैक्ट में चले जाएंगे तो उनको फिर से एक्टिवेट होना है मूवमेंट के लिए. तो फिर से एक्टिवेशन के लिए वहां पे एंजाइम्स पहले से ही प्रेजेंट होते हैं, प्रोस्टेट ग्लैंड रिलीज करता है ताकि ये बाद में कोएगुलेशन के बाद जब इनको फिर से एक्टिवेट होना हो तो ये एंजाइम्स इनको एक्टिवेट कर देंगे. मतलब वो जो कोएगुलेटेड सीमेन होगा उसको फिर से फ्लूइड फॉर्म में लेके आएंगे. ओके. Next is the third gland. The third gland is bulbourethral gland. The third gland is bulbourethral gland. It is also called as Cowper's gland. Next thing is where it is present. It is present on the either side, means both sides of membranous urethra. जो urethra है प्रोस्टेटिक ग्लैंड के नीचे वाला जो पार्ट है यहाँ पे दोनों साइड क्या है? बल्बोरेथ्रल ग्लैंड प्रेजेंट है. तो इट इज प्रेजेंट ऑन द ईदर साइड ऑफ यूरेथ्रा. विच यूरेथ्रा? मेम्ब्रेनस यूरेथ्रा. The next thing is, what are their secretions? See, secretions from bulbourethral gland, it constitutes mucus. Why mucus? Because mucus helps in lubrication of the penis. Okay, so it helps in lubrication of the penis. Also, its secretions are slightly basic in nature, and its secretions are released before ejaculation. The secretions of bulbourethral glands are released. Why before ejaculation? To neutralize the urethra environment. If urethra has passed the urine, it will be acidic in nature. So first, bulbourethral gland will secrete its secretion. Upon secretion, this environment will be neutralized, and then from the prostatic urethra, the complete semen will be released. So first thing is to lubricate. Mucus helps in lubrication, and it also helps in neutralization of the environment which is present, or the acidic environment of the urethra. So secretions from all these three glands. What three glands? Seminal vesicle secretion plus prostate gland secretion plus bulbourethral gland secretion. Bulbourethral gland secretion, it constitutes seminal plasma. It is seminal plasma. Seminal plasma along with sperms will make semen. Okay. So this is a complete male reproductive system. We have finished the male reproductive system. Now coming on the functions of male reproductive system. What are the functions? The primary function of male reproductive system is that it helps in spermatogenesis. Second thing is, it also secretes male sex hormones. What are male sex hormones? Androgens. Next thing is, it helps in transfer of sperms also. It is copulatory organ. Right? So these are the main functions of male reproductive system. Next, talking about sperms or semen. Semen, just now we spoke that semen, it is a complete fluid which is released upon ejaculation. It constitutes secretions from all the glands along with the sperms. Now, one ejaculation, the single ejaculation, it contains how many sperms? The sperm count is about 200 to 300 million. Okay, so the normal sperm count is 200 to 300 million. Out of these 200 to 300 million sperms, 60% of the sperms should have normal shape and size. 60% should have normal shape and size. And 40% of them should have motility, aggressive motility, or you can say vigorous motility, to reach to the egg in female reproductive tract. Next, pH of the semen is about 7.35 to 7.4. And why it is slightly basic? To compensate or to neutralize the acidity of urethra as well as the female reproductive tract. So this is all about the male reproductive system. So male reproductive system, it includes primary sex organ, secondary sex organ, genitalia, and the glands. The primary sex organ is the testis. Testis is the site where the sperms are formed, and within the testis, seminiferous tubules are the primary location where the sperms are formed. The interstitial cells help in secretion of male hormones. What are the male hormones? The androgens, testosterone. Okay. Next thing is if the testes, they are present outside the body, they are extra abdominal in nature, and they descend in the scrotum in the 7th month of fetal stages. If it does not descend, it leads to the infertility of the male, and the disease is called as cryptorchidism. Okay. Now doubts. Karo mic on. Doubt. Okay. Now according to NCERT, what they've given is the male accessory glands include a pair of seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and a pair bulbourethral gland. Okay, secretions of these glands constitute seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes. The secretions of bulbourethral gland also helps in lubrication of penis. So this is all about glands from NCERT, but we have done in detail the glands also. Okay. Now in the next session, what we'll do